Okay. Now we are done with chapter 5. Let's look at chapter 6. Okay. Now chapter 6 is getting data in and out using this package called readr. Okay, so here is the shell file, and here is a PDF of the completed file, and here is the data files that you need. So you download this zip file and extract the files. This has the same files from previous chapter, and then a couple of more files added to it. So it will be kind of a repetition for some, and then there are a couple of 2 or 3 new files are there. So you do need to download this and extract the files from it. Okay. Now reader package is you can install readr package by itself, but then I would suggest that you install this library called tidyverse. Now tidyverse has a bundle of important packages that we use quite often. So go to install and then select tidyverse and install that. Okay, so once you're done, then you run library tidyverse. Run that, and when you run that, you'll see the packages that get attached. So attaching packages, you get ggplot2, that's the library that we use for graphing, plotting. That's very important. And then you have several other, and then you have the readr package, okay, and then dplyr package, stringr package, okay, and then forcats. So these are all very important packages that we will be using, and they all come with the tidyverse. Okay, so that's the one that we will use, tidyverse. Okay, then readr supports 7 file formats. So here are these 7. Okay, and notice that the difference here is underscore. Okay, in the base R functions or read dot table, read dot CSV. Okay, the readr functions are read underscore CSV for comma separated files, and then read underscore TSV, and then read underscore delim for general delimited files. Okay, there are lots of similarities between base R and readr functions, and there are some dissimilarities too. Now readr brings in a little more uniformity in terms of naming conventions, and one other important difference is that readr function, when it reads a data file, it creates what is called a tibble, which is kind of a table type of data format. Okay, whereas the base R functions, they will create a data frame. Okay. We're not going to go into the difference between data frame and tibble, but sometimes you'll need a data frame, and in that case, if you read with the readr function, you can convert that into a data frame by simply using the function as.dataFrame, which we used just a few moments ago in when we created the frequency distribution. Okay. And here are some of the options. You can always go here and then read CSV, and with a question mark, then you will have the entire list of options listed here. Okay, so read CSV, and so on. Okay, I'm not going to go through the entire list. Okay. Well, let me open the image and let's go over that. Okay, so here is the comparison between the base or read function and then read or read function. Of course, the first difference is in the syntax. So you have dots for base or and underscore. The column names, when you use read table or read CSV, we use it shouldn't be a capital H, it should be lowercase. So we can say header equal to true or header equal to false, depending upon whether each column has a column name, or you can use call.names. You can use that to set column names. Okay, whereas in read or, it is call underscore names. It's kind of similar syntax. And then column type in base or, the keyword is call classes like this, and in read or is called type. Again, I have a typo here, this should be lowercase c. Okay, the number of rows you want to read, base or is n rows, and read or is n underscore max. Skipping rows is the same, and common character is common character dot char, whereas here it is just comment. Comment should be under lowercase c again. Missing values, you have na dot strings, then you have na equal to, you can have a list of strings that should be read as missing value. Then you have parse date time in read or to read in date formatted data, and that's not there in base or. Okay. Now, if you have this image in the right place, you will have that in this RMD file, and when you knit it, you will have that. So here is that no image at path. I don't know. Run that. Okay. Now let's use the function. Okay. So we have df1 equal to read CSV data and team standing dot CSV and close parenthesis and df1, run that, you get the team standings, I think. Okay, so you get the data read in. Okay. Now what read underscore CSV is going to do is going to figure out for each column what is that column supposed to be. Okay, but we can set the column types ourselves. Okay, And let's read another file.